Okay, if you all will look now at items 14 through 18, and let me ask if there's anybody that has any questions on those. Vice Mayor Webb, you're recognized, please.
Thank you. I have a question for Jamie on item 14.
Mr. Collins.
Thank you. I know that the Planning Commission supported this, and I've gotten a lot of emails from the neighborhood in support. And my question is, were there neighbors at the meeting in opposition?
There was, let me pull them up, the actual statements that they had in there. There was one registered objector present. There was two that spoke against it at the Planning Commission.
Okay. Because I've gotten quite a few emails in support. So those two who were against it were from the neighborhood?
One was from the neighborhood. The other, Miss Ruth Bell, is the League of Women Voters.
Okay. Thank you.
Director Richardson, you're recognized, please.
Yes, Jamie, are there other commercial businesses within that area? And if so, how many and how close are they in terms of proximity to this proposed business?
Scott, if you could bring up the zoning map for that item. The closest main businesses as you in the area is on Van Buren. You can see it's south of you, off the map, closer to Markham.
Mm-hmm.
And then as you get closer north up to Kavanaugh, can you zoom down a little bit, bring it down a little bit, Scott? You can kind of see right south, right on B Street, there was a planned commercial development that got put in right there, and then there's multifamily that's across the street.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think once upon a time, wasn't this a non-conforming use?
It was, Mayor, it actually predates our zoning. When we went down original zoning, I asked for an in-depth review of what was on there. We believe at some point in time in the past, it was being used as a corner grocery store. And then what come before the board, when it became a plan development office, it was being used as a real estate, kind of general professional, real estate, and then also an insurance office is the uses that's been there.
How far back in the past was it used as a grocery store?
Well, that predates our zoning. I mean, it was actually brought in, so it's.
So Lance was
30s
still in elementary
previously.
school.
Yeah, Lance wasn't even thought of at that time. So,
Thank you,
yeah,
Jamie.
you're welcome.
Director Hendricks, you're recognized, please.
Thank you. Only I would remember that. I want to applaud you for denying this. Now, I go way back when I was on the board in the 90s, is that there was a business that was attempting to be in this area, and they were denied also. So I concur with staff. Staff recommends denial. Am I on the wrong ordinance?
You're on the correct one, Director Hendricks. Our denial was based upon
He's trying to confuse
the
me.
historic use.
He's not capable of doing that.
Yeah, it was just
He's
the
not
historic
smart
use of the
enough.
professional office. And the proposed use of the massage therapy is not that professional office use. It's
Yeah.
to amend the, description of the use of that.
And I've received calls from that incident way back in the 90s, and also for the attorney that supported that person. Thank you, Jamie. You're doing a good job.
Let me ask you a question. So the staff denial is based on a belief that massage therapy is not a profession or an office profession?
A professional use. There's a difference between office profession and professional use.
Not to belabor the point, but I believe that there's an entire legislative process for licensing for this. Is that not correct?
That is correct.
So, I mean, it's, the use of the word sometimes gets lost in other common definitions, but the fact that it's professionally licensed doesn't have an impact on the staff position?
Well, it's currently not in our descriptions as a professional use, for that. So That's what we're going by on that deal. I mean, it's
Oh,
nothing.
it's not
that we-
listed specifically.
It's not listed specifically.
I see.
Mayor,
All right.
Mayor, can I finish? Am I on?
Go
I'm
ahead.
on.
Go ahead,
I wanted to
Director
ask Jamie, are there any other businesses? I don't see anything on here in that immediate area.
In that immediate area, and no, Director Hendricks, as
Thank
I explained to Director Richardson,
Residential.
the more that you get closer to Markham or to Kavanaugh, that's when the business more
Right.
kicks in.
Okay, thank you.
Director Richardson?
And the planning commission approved it 8-1. Is that correct? I'm not saying that. 8-1, and 2 absences.
Yeah, let me get to that one. Yeah, 8-1.
That's
and
correct,
2 was
Bruce.
absent. That's correct.
Thank you, sir.
Director Wright, you're recognized, please.
I too recall another applicant that was denied a shop over there, and matter of fact, she called me about this, and she felt that it wasn't fair that this was approved by the planning commission, and she could not get approval, and it made her lose her business, and there's a lot of bitterness there. She still lives in that area, so in order to be consistent, I will not be supporting this. So I will be supporting staff as well.
Director Hendricks, you're recognized, please. Oh, okay. Director Peck, you're
Thank you.
recognized.
Thank you, Mayor. I'm sure all of us have gotten lots of emails, I know I have, from residents in support. So I know you said there were 2 people present that objected or spoke. Is that correct, Jamie?
That's correct.
How many people in support were there?
There was, nobody stood up in support and spoke, but we noted, and I brought this with us to make sure we received multiple letters of support. There were 25 letters in support of the proposal, and we received 1 letter with concerns.
All right. Thank you very much. Okay.